like button, share and subscribe. Remember, eagles flies with eagles. All right now, hit the like button, share and subscribe. This is Arthur Oma, and remember, eagles fly with eagles.
So Melody says she finalized something today. Something powerful happened to her that she finalized. Now, this is where all this hate coming from the young women and the older women. Y'all know as Black women, we expect to be punching bags. We expect to have all these stereotypical things that we have to endure. We expect the leftovers. We expect it to be everything except for power driven. And when we are power driven and we are living on our success, a lot of hate come with it. So let me just scroll on down. Look at this. She is a mother. Melody is a mother as well as power driven. So where's all this hate coming from? We don't have any female empowerment. Look at Mel, you guys. She's sitting there feeling all confidence. She's no longer going to be nobody punching bag. She's no longer going to be taking nobody leftovers. She is a mother. She realizes her potential as a mother. I've got to get out here. I've got to be on my grind. Whether I feel good today or night, I got to be on my grind because I've got children that I've got to feed. Yes. Yeah, she got children that she has to feed. Now let's listen to this. Hopefully I can.
On you, which is why some people really are drawn to you and others just can't stand you. And the ones that can't stand you is because they can't control you. People don't like what they cannot control. All you do is go to work and you nice to everybody. And the women at the job, I don't like her. It's just, I don't like her. Why? I don't know. It's just something. Something is the name of the Holy Ghost. That's the Holy Ghost's other name. Because you got the Spirit of God on you. People want to be catty. They smile in your face, but they're trying to figure out what is that thing in there. I can't break her. Every time something bad happens, you go, well, no weapon formed against me will prosper. People don't know how to take you yet because they know there's something on you. Which is why some people really are drawn to you and others just can't stand you. And the ones that can't stand you is because they can't control you. People don't like what they cannot control.
Younger girl. But first, let me take this topic out of my book, The Thug's Passion. Now, I was going to think about my youth. One thing I want to say about older women is that, wow, I looked up now and my youth is gone. I remember when I was dating, right? After 5 years of celibacy and deep inner probing, there's that I'm young, right? Now I don't realize I'm like about 26 years old. I decided that I was just going to be celibate. Yeah, I got it like that. You know, I'm beautiful, I'm shapely, and I'm the pick of the litter because I'm young. So now, you know, I can take my time and be celibate. Yeah. So now I decided to go back into the dating world. I felt older as well as wiser. So now I'm 42 years of age and I am attracted to young men. He's handsome, she thought, as her eyes probed through the profiles on the internet. Online dating, you guys. I'm 42 years old. I guess I'll send him a smile. Within minutes, he replied, my name is Sean. I love your shapely body, and I think you're beautiful. He says, I am a Christian. Now, this coming out of my book, The Thug's Passion. Within minutes, I was drawn to him because he said he was a Christian man. And he said he liked one woman at a time. Then he gave me his phone number, y'all. I leaped up with joy. I danced around the house. Oh, wow. I celebrated my new beginning. So we started a relationship and I became heads over heel over him. Yeah, Sean was a younger guy. Then one day, I went over his house unexpectedly. And while driving down the dark freeway to another city, now he lives all far. I mean, I drove a long ways to go see this man. Yeah, I got there and a younger woman opened the door. Oh my God, I was just 42, but this young girl was 26 years old. I said, damn. oh. I noticed that he wasn't even looking at me. Like his eyes kept on shifting. He was trying to tell me that she was just a co-worker. His eyes kept shifting on this young girl. Yeah, he kept on looking back and forth. And then I began to feel uncomfortable. So now we're talking about older women's hating on younger girls. Yeah, I began to hate on this young girl. Yeah, I'm 42 and she 26 and she is my competition. I'm looking down at my body now. I still got a shapely body, but one thing I don't have is my youth. So now that's what we're talking about. This come out of my book on chapter 1, the Thug's Passion, called Online Dating. You guys, y'all need to get this book. But anyway, we're going to talk about why older women are hating on younger girls. The older women, she's beginning to feel less valuable. Yeah, less valuable. This was a true story. According to society, this was a true story for me. This actually happened on the online date. This young girl just blew my world. I just happened to be 42 at the time, but I was old. I felt old. I felt uncomfortable. Y'all remember when Miss Narlene said, Miss Narlene said she went 60 and her son told her she was already 60. But now I'm feeling like I lost my beauty. Yeah, instead of just sharing the wisdom that I knew that I could have shared with this young girl, I saw her as competition. Older women's hating on younger girls. Yes, I began to feel jealous over this young girl. So I began to belittle this young girl, right? I just will start making up stuff. Yeah, what is she? Where do you get her from? She probably ain't nothing but old slut. She probably got a mini baby dad. I began to hate on this girl. The jealousy set in. Older women's hating on younger girls. Let's see. Let's see what Betty has to say about Melody.
I don't know. You just know, and it was so weird because I didn't know it was no, and Sue was having a conversation. I was like, what? You know, when after the chest, I was like, I don't want to have it anymore because I almost died. So I was like, I don't want to do this again. Like, I never thought he was no. I thought that was me. Maybe that was a trauma for him. Maybe he needed to.
So here this young lady is talking to her mother, Betty. Now, Betty is an older lady, and Betty is hating on Melody. Betty hating on Melody big time. That jealousy is there. That she looking at Mel is successful, that youth is there, and she's living her life through her daughter. Her daughter is sitting on the couch talking to her, but instead of her to be, a mother, take the motherly role for both of these girls. She won't be in competition with Mel. So what did she do? She get mean spirit with Mel. And she's living her younger life through her daughters. And what happened is that she wants to be her daughter's best friend now. She don't want her daughter to see her as this older lady. She don't want her daughter's friends to see her as this older lady. In that, she don't want nobody to get close to her daughter because her daughter is her best friend. So any friend her daughter have, this older lady gonna be hating on them. She gonna want to run them away because her youth now is living through her daughter. Her youth. Even older women too. A lot of them don't like to work. So her daughter's making all this money. She's on TV. She deserves. Now Betty feel like she's supposed to be on TV too, right? So this is what she's doing. She's in competition with her daughter, and she's in competition with these other younger girls. Yeah, older women's hating on young girls.
Say that if that's the case, because I don't know. That might not be easy for him to say. Or you talking about emotion, men's hide their emotion. They're not going to let them out. And he probably don't want to discuss that with you. He probably don't. How you not want to discuss having? Because it might trigger him to get all emotional, thinking about what he went through watching you going through what you went through giving birth. You understand?
Notice, that's her daughter, but she's training her daughter to be male identifier. Oh, yeah, your feelings don't count. This older lady is her mother, but she's so mean and hateful to, she's going to teach her daughter right then and there that her feelings don't apologize. She is just an old, bitter woman. So she said, her daughter is saying, well, look, you never stay off of social media. You're making my life difficult. But mom don't care. Why? Because mom is hating on the younger girls. And in this case, this younger girl is male. So, a lot of us think that these young women with, this young woman like male, she's blowing up. So this lady right here have other expectation to her. She have expectation like she's told her daughter, you expected to cater to your man. You expected to be a punching bag. You expected to be the butt of all jokes. Yes. You expected to do anything except for blow up. So now you blowing up bigger than my daughter. And I am going to be mean.
If I stepped on somebody's toes, if I offended someone, so be it. I love my mom, but sometimes she can be very outspoken, especially when it comes to me and my friends. Growing up, she ain't like none of them. This time is no different. The only difference is now there's this thing called the internet, and she likes to be on it, and I want her to get off.
Yes, cause she's always comparing herself. She's competing with the younger girls. In this case, she's competing with male, and from what she says, she's always competed with her friends. Yes.
I think my mom really be trying to protect me when it comes to friendships because I'm her only child. But a lot of the times, especially in this environment, I feel like she makes things harder. Before the internet, my mom used to be this avid reader. She used to be in her bed reading. Now she's in her bed scrolling. And, I want her to go back and read a book.
Yeah, Betty got many issues, but her competition is these young women. That's why she's mean. She's mean. She's hating on these young ladies because they are her strong competition. She have lost her beauty. Yes, she have, and she's mean-spirited. She's jealous. She have an issue with younger women. You just said what she just said with her friends. Not only Melody, but this has been something going on with Stormy where her mother is jealous over the younger girls. She have an issue with these young women. So she got a nasty attitude. So what she like to do, she like to belittle these young women because she is extremely jealous.
I feel like you going on social media with that energy, you put me in a situation for there to be beef, and I didn't want that. Be. My thing is to protect my baby at all costs. I'm not gonna let stuff just ride. That ain't in me. Period. I'm not gonna do it. It ain't in me. I'm gonna defend you whether you defend yourself or not. I'm never gonna say I'm sorry because that's something I don't do. So what you did on social media made it seem like I'm you. You're not me. Like I said, those are my words. You can't make me say or do anything I want to do. Anything I do, it's because Betty wants to do it. I just feel like I'm gonna get that.
Now, y'all hear that, right? Y'all hear how mean spirited she is, and she's mean towards the younger girls. That's who she's mean from. Yeah. She, maybe this lady got issue. Maybe she never healed from a broke up many years ago, aka Miss Braxton. We say that with Miss Braxton when Miss Braxton, the Tony Braxton show was on. Miss Braxton, here it is 40 years later. She didn't even allow her grown kids to speak to their dad. If they did, she would get mad. Or she had a husband that left her for a younger girl. Or, I remember when Arian, let's just say Arian was upset because she felt like Martell mom was more like a girlfriend to him. Yeah, so she trying to flex her power around, and the way she flex her power around is being mean, very mean to these young girls. Yes, let's keep it going now. She said, Stormy said she mean to all of her friends, not just me, but all of her friends.
You know what I'm saying? Well, how do you feel about it? How do you and Mel? Are you friends? You're so silly. What? Why would you ask me that? I'm serious because when I first met Mel, I didn't like the energy. I met her here at your home, and I didn't like the energy. Okay, and I've been feeding off that energy ever since. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I feel like we've always been developing a relationship. Friendship for me is about consistency, and when something stops being consistent, then I kind of treat that like, how people say, when you first meet a person, then it's all good, but give it time and you get to see like what you think is real or not. And I don't talk to her. Like, we don't talk now. And that was before you said something. Like, we didn't speak at the reunion for real. You didn't speak at the reunion. Mm-mm. So, Mel, she called me, and it was crazy because, like I said, me and her hadn't talked in so long, like months.
So her mother have taught her that, right? This old lady is so bitter towards young women. She's bitter towards male. So she's teaching it to her daughter. Her jealousy is triggered by male success, right? And male's beauty, yeah. She feels like these younger girls have replaced her. Betty feel like these young girls have replaced her. She have lost her youth. You lost her youth. So what she do? She weaponized it by threatening these young women, by talking about them, by saying bad things about them, by delivering them. She showed hatred for these young women. And she's showing hatred for Melody because of her jealousy. Young women, older women's hating on young girls. And then it could be a form of mental illness. What I'm talking about mental illness because she never healed from her youth, from, like I said, maybe from a breakup. Maybe a man left her for a younger lady, like I said. But whatever the case is, she is triggered by male. She's triggered by male success, and she's jealous. She's triggered by the identity that she sees in male, which is beauty and brain, something that her daughter don't have. I'm not talking about physical look. I'm saying the it factor. Her daughter has been wealthy, so she says she's a millionaire, but yet she don't have that it factor like male, and she don't have that beauty on the inside like male too. Miss Betty is just a mean old lady. We're talking about older women that hate young girls. Yeah.
I didn't know the number. Like, I was like, hello. I was like, who's this? And then she was like, yeah, this Mel. And I was like, who? Because I really was like, what? And she ended up inviting me to Kimmy's event. And it just kind of, I think it kind of felt weird on the phone because I was like, I'm getting a phone call to get invited to the event, but when we were at the reunion, I was like, yo, how you doing? Why I haven't heard from you? And it was like, oh, we'll talk. And then talking is months later. So it was just weird. So she tuned you out like she did everybody else? Like with this? You're saying that. I'm saying I just see stuff for what it is. I don't give a but I respond accordingly. This is going to match energy. Okay. And me, Stormy, I got to deal with what you said. You don't have to deal with nothing. Get that straight. If they're not adding value, what good are they to you anyway? Right.
So this mother's so mean. She's so mean and she's hating on this younger lady. She's causing her own family pain. She's causing her own daughter problems and pain. Miss, I never apologize. She's mean. This story is about older women hating on younger girls. Don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Here you got Wanda. Here you got Peggy. Y'all know Peggy. She is the boss over Destiny fan page. She's also that same lady that tried to sabotage Sugar Mama product. But here we go. We still talk about older women's hating on younger girls strictly because of their youth, strictly because of their jealousy. Now look, older women's hang on young women's. It's a generational divide. It's a generational divide. Instead of these women to share their wisdom with this young girl, in fact, they do anything they could to belittle her. Now, women's always comparing. Women's always dividing. And even when they're older women, they're dividing, they're competing. But these women are wired up because of their age. These women are wired up because they feel less valuable according to society. She have lost her beauty. She have lost her shape. She's hating on this young lady because this lady is a strong competition to her. I mean, this young girl is a strong competition to her. And yeah, she's jealous. These older women are jealous of this beautiful young lady. Now, I know one thing about y'all. Some of us always get wisdom mixed up with age. Just because you age don't mean that you have a lot of wisdom. Example, these two women right here is a perfect example. They got issue with younger women. They're so jealous to their attitude. It's nasty. Even wonder. They go as far as even utilizing the Bible to belittle these girls, these women. So a lot of these black mothers too, they have sons, right? They have sons. And when they have sons, they separate their son for these girls because they treat their sons as if, they're their man. But anyway, we're going to tell you this, that these young women confuse age with wisdom. A whole lot of young women do. And many of us, such as Wanda, are still stuck in our teenage years. Yeah, Wanda's still stuck as if she's 13 years old. Sometimes she talk like she got a defeated mindset. She talk like Wanda as if has been traumatized all her life and never did get no help. This lady, Peggy, she seems to be emotional unbalanced, allegedly, because this young girl is a big deal to her. This young girl is a big deal to her. So what she do? She belittles male. Her jealousy is triggered by male's beauty. Her jealousy is triggered by male success, y'all. Like I said again, they expect for the young lady to be a failure. They expect for the young lady to take leftovers. They expect for the young lady to be in trouble relationship. But they don't expect for the woman to be power driven and success like male. So this raise, they radar up. That radar up where they're jealous. it triggers that jealousy off of the younger lady. Now, let me tell you about these older women. They don't like to be called grandma. Don't call me grandma. Yeah, don't call her grandma. You got to call her anything. It could be Nana. It could be auntie. It can be anything except for any identity that will remind them of their age, right? They are just emotional upset because their youth is gone. They feel like, they have no value in life anymore. They feel like these young women is their competition. So what? They are bitter towards young women. We as older women supposed to be their teacher. We supposed to be sharing our wisdom with these younger ladies. But a lot of us are so jealous over these women, these young girls, because we feel like we have become invisible to the men. Yeah, a lot of older women, they like younger women. They like younger men, and these younger women are their competition. Yeah, we are invisible. As an older woman, I feel like I'm invisible to these men because my youth is gone, my shape is gone, everything is gone, and I don't have the energy to keep up with a young man too. So anyway, my youth has faded and I can't accept it. So I'm bitter. I'm angry at the young girl. Older women's hating on young girl. That's what this about.
I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I'll bear in the tide. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I'll bear in the tide. Leaving behind me nights and nights of terror and fear, I rise into a daybreak so wondrously clear. I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise.